Okay, very good morning, everyone, to the briefing on Friday, the 13th of January. So, taking a look at the synoptic for today, looks like we've got a reasonably settled picture. I'm sure everyone's noticed we've got blue sky for once outside. Got a secluded front and various low pressures to the north of us, but actually where we are, uh, not too active, exception of the isobars being quite tightly packed. So the wind is going to be the main theme for today. Looking ahead to tomorrow, if it wants to load, there we go. A very unsettled picture, various fronts over the top of us, and again, very tightly packed isobars. Small chance that we might get an afternoon out of tomorrow from about 1 or 2 o'clock. Looks like it might clear up looking at the public forecast, but otherwise looking very unsettled and very windy in the morning. Looking ahead to Sunday, again, a bit more settled, no frontal activity over the top of us. Isobars reasonably close together, but should be slightly lighter winds. So looking at the spot winds today at 2,000 feet, we've got pretty much a westerly wind around here, about 40 to 45 knots. So getting towards our limits, but as I will detail later, I'm optimistic we're going to go flying. Looking at the cloud cover, quite a lot out to the east where all those frontal systems are, but over the top of us, very clear. And it looks like it should be the case pretty much all day. And looking at the rain radar, we see some showers out to the west, possibly the outside chance of a shower later on, but not expecting a lot of it for sure. And that lines up with the public forecast, suggesting fairly sunny all day. The top temperature of about 8 degrees, but that wind being the main issue today of 16 to 17 knots, gusting around about 30, peaking about 12 o'clock, gusting 31, it reckons. But good visibility and nice low humidity. Top temperature today of about 7 or 8 degrees, so it'll probably feel quite cold with that wind, but dew point down at about 4, so nice temperature dew point split. And that's the current view outside. That's the only camera I've got available, unfortunately, but looks like it's pretty much blue sky everywhere with some very small cumulus starting. Current conditions at Lasham, 7 degrees with a dew point of 2.5, and wind suggests it's 12 knots, gusting 17 from the southwest, but I don't entirely believe that. I think it's more westerly. That lines up with what Farnborough says. They're saying currently 20 knots from the west-southwest. Forecast to be 15 knots from the west-southwest. Scatter clouds at 3,500 feet. So should be quite nice. And here they're just mentioning wind 19 knots from the west, gusting up to 30 knots. That's pretty much all day. No TAMs. There aren't any to affect today. We got number 3 down there, which is as usual Southampton's operating hours, and number 10 there, which is just Middle Wallop. None of those affect us. So just bear with me. We are going to try and go flying today. Obviously, the main issue is going to be the wind, and as well as that, the ground's going to be quite wet. So I can just get my pen up here. Launch point is going to be a fairway up the main runway. We'll put it there or something, okay? And that's going to leave us the option of landing on the main runway. So that will be south side circuits onto the main runway, something like that. North side circuits will be onto the north side grass. Can't quite fit that on. As I say, the ground's quite wet. If it does dry out a bit, we'll move it back maybe after lunch, but we had a lot of rain over the last few days, so probably won't be the case. Looking at the booking list, we've got quite a few instructional slots and a few solo pilots. It will be K21s only today, and most certainly bronze cross country only, unless you're particularly experienced as well. If you would come and have a chat with me or another instructor before you do go flying, as it's probably going to be quite breezy. And certainly the other instructors will be able to give you a better idea of what it's actually like up there after they've done a little bit of flying. But that's pretty much it from me. We're going to go flying. One last thing to be careful of is weak links. So not pulling back too hard on the winch launch. Otherwise we'll be breaking weak links and sending them back to the launch point. So if we're careful of that, we should be able to get a nice day out of it. But otherwise, I'll see you on the airfield. Bye for now.